he can defeat Free's army and do some damage back to Free. He may be able to still take advantage of this game. Look at this. The DT still chasing those probes around. Where did the observer go? He must have rallied his observer to the front again. Maybe Free used an observer to kill off the observer in his main, and he needed the observer with his main army just in case DTs came out there. I don't see what that observer is actually. I see I think a yellow observer down there, so if he can get some DTs, he might be able to get some DTs up there and kill the Reaver with his DTs, but I don't see any DTs coming out right now. It's just more Dragoons. He can still kill the Reaver though. What happened to the shuttle? He must have killed the shuttle at some point. The Reaver is unprotected and still getting off tons of hits. Not enough Dragoons, and he didn't target fire that Reaver very well all in. Oh man. Going out to try and kill off the Dragoons, taking out so many probes. Oh! Double kill, or simul kill rather, between that Dragoon and that Reaver. But that Reaver did so much damage, killed so many Dragoons, so many probes. It probably had like 15 kills on that sucker before it died. Both of them somehow managed to get expansions up in the midst of all this, which is pretty nuts. Actually, considering that there were so many forces being pumped out. That was really close. I guess if one of them hadn't gone for an expansion, they actually could have won the game right there with just a few extra forces. But as it is, neither of them is also behind in Econ, really, because they both lost about the same amount of probes to varying kinds of units. So they probably have similar economies right now. And basically, the difference then is that their tech is going to be different. Free has the DT tech and the Templar tech. Hopefully he's getting some high Templar, because he's going to need some Storm to match up against the Reavers, which are probably going to come out next. He's probably going to get a shuttle and another Reaver or two, and then try and push it again, because that's his tech, and he can't really afford to not have any tech units out right now. Jaehoon, that is, the purple Protoss. But I don't know. I haven't seen much out of him. Wow, that was funny though. I was like talking about how, oh man, you know, I bag on Jaehoon, but he's a pro gamer. I'm going to show him some respect. He's not going to make any stupid mistakes and let a DT run into his base. And then he did. Oh man. So bad. Oh man. Now he has, okay, so yeah, he's getting the Reaver out there. Getting the Reaver out first. I guess he was fearing a counterattack there from Free. Wanted to get the Reaver out first. It's much more difficult to micro the Reaver just by itself. The shuttle really kind of increases the damage of that Reaver by a lot because of the micro that's possible, but it's better to have a Reaver than a shuttle when stuff comes in and things get hairy. And he's got a pylon, an AI pylon blocking that, but he's moving and he's targeting the Reaver. He's got an observer overhead, lets him target the Reaver, he kills off the Reaver, and Free has extra Dragoons, and he's just lost the Reaver, which was his equalizing factor, the tech unit that was going to help him. Free has rallied himself to this front base. Jaehoon is looking a little bit panicked there. Kind of, you can see him gulp him. He's starting to sweat right now. He knows he's in serious danger here if he doesn't pull off something miraculous very soon and get some drones in the way. Okay, so now we got DTs out for Jaehoon actually. And I don't think it's going to be a problem for Free, though. I saw an observer there earlier. If he just realizes what's going on, he's going to be able to deal with that pretty easily. But he doesn't seem to realize what's going on very much. He's actually targeting the probes with his Dragoons. And the DTs are chasing the Dragoons through the probe line now. And Dragoons actually somehow managing to squeeze through that probe line very well and getting tons of probe kills from those Dragoons. Actually kind of amazing how many kills he got with those Dragoons just in probe count there. And I'm really surprised that Free didn't just target those DTs down and just take the win. That was crazy. He had an observer right there. Unless I'm somehow mistaken and I was seeing the colors wrong. But I mean, the Free's yellow Dragoons are pretty easy to see. And there was a DT attacking the yellow Dragoons, so it must have been yeah, okay, so yeah, okay, so there we go. There's I think we just saw Jaehoon's Templar archives. Maybe I'm just correct. No, there we go. Okay, so he does have DTs. But look at that. Not many probes left now. Actually, not that many probes in the main for Free either. We'd have to see the natural expansion of Jaehoon to see how they really are in terms of economy. But it looks like both of them have been cutting probes in order to get forces out. It's been that close of a game that they really need every force they could possibly have on the map. Why doesn't he attack that freaking DT? It's like floating right by it. The observer floating by it, and he didn't attack it. So the DT looks like it's actually going to get away and kind of circle around the back, but there's another observer there. Look at that. Free, who is an actual good pro gamer, has another observer guarding his choke. I Anyway, Free's picking off that DT, microing a little bit there, keeps his Dragoon alive. But Free, I think, definitely has the advantage here. He has a little bit of military advantage, but not a supreme one, because he hasn't decided to get any tech units. And so the tech units could theoretically even things out. If Jaehoon can get a shuttle out, he will probably be able to win the next battle. If he can get a shuttle out, if he can get a few more Dragoons and stuff out as well, because his army is a little bit thin. Yeah, a little bit thin on the army there. He's having to just guard those bridges. And Free is actually going to go all the way around. This map is basically like 4-player destination. They've got those bridges, but because it's 4-player map, you can go around the back as well. And that's exactly what he's doing. There's a probe there that's going to spot his army, pulling a reach around here. Going in the back, and is he going to be able to react in time and go the correct direction, though? There's a big ramp there. Is he going to be able to react? He's turning around. He's turning around a little bit. He doesn't really turn around a lot, but he has the shuttle out now. He has the shuttle out, and if he can micro properly with that, he could be able to win this battle and actually take the game against Free, because it's all going to come down to this battle right now. Is he going to micro it properly? He does not want to fight uphill, so he falls back a little bit. And it looks like he was thinking about engaging up that hill again once Free fell back, when she could get on even ground. But Free has decided not to engage, and he's just going to pull all the way around back. Perhaps because he saw that shuttle with the Reavers. He knows he's out-teched right now. He knows he's going to need those High Templar in play if he's going to win the next battle. And uh-oh, Jaehoon moving out! Jaehoon moving out, and this is not going to be good for Jaehoon, I don't think. I think Free's going to be able to run his probes away from his main, to his main, and then storm the crap out of the army. And probably come out ahead. So it's going to come down to an elimination battle, though. Oh, he barely got his probes out in time. Scarab still goes off on a lot of the probes. He's got those High Templar on top of the ridge. He's going to storm a lot of Zealots. He's cast a nice storm there. Storm on top of the Reavers. Excellently done. He kills the shuttle off. He kills the shuttle in the storm. Storm the Reavers as well. If he can target the freaking Reaver. Target the Reaver. He could win. Oh my gosh, he's not targeting the Reaver, but he's still managing to kill off a lot of forces in Jaehoon's base, and he's got his forces stuck on the ramp. Free is not microing his main army at the ramp. Finally, he squeezes it up there. It's coming down to an elimination battle. Free has an extra base, oh, I was going to say, but Jaehoon has a Reaver, which causes much more damage per second in general than the other units that Free had. But now, with the Reaver dead, he's going to be able to slowly fight his way back into this, I think. And if it might come down to an elimination battle, though, he's trying to take out the gateways. That's a brilliant move, because Free has a bit of a military advantage, but if he can take out the gateways and keep Free from reinforcing his main, then it'll still just come down to an elimination battle here. DTs are in the mix now, but he does have an observer in play. If he could have sniped the observers and then had the DTs out, because those could have been the good factor too, but oh! In those few seconds, Free just had too many gateways, and he had his other base with income coming in, and was able to whittle down those forces. And in the time it took them for them to show what Free was doing in the other base, Jaehoon lost a few more of his Dragoons, and he was just down to a couple Dragoons left, and was forced to GG with an entire couple dozen units in his base. He was definitely going to lose the elimination race, and had pretty much lost the game. Alright, so GG. Free is going to move on, and that means C is the only one that MBC has left to throw out. They're going to throw out the big guns against Free. We'll see what happens in Game 6.